Okay, so where I left off, I was talking about the doctor had come to see me and I was crying. So anyway, they gave me some stuff in my IV, and I remember the room, getting kind of fuzzy. Excuse me, my nose itches. I remember the room getting kind of fuzzy, and I remember them pushing me in the bed, kind of vaguely, and then them telling me to scoot over from the nice cushiony soft bed to the hard table, which it really wasn't that hard, and it wasn't that tiny. I thought it was going to be really small, but it wasn't. So I remember them putting me there, and I remember them putting the gas on me on my face because I remember her saying take deep, long, deep breaths, and I remember thinking, oh God, I hate gas, ugh, because it always makes me throw up, which luckily it didn't. So I remember that, and then the next thing I remember, I woke up and I remember people telling me, take a deep breath, Tracy. Keep breathing, Tracy. You're not breathing. Um, and then I remember people saying, her O2's low. People are scrambling around me. Her O2's low. Her oxygen's low. My thing was going off because I wasn't. My blood pressure was through the roof, and uh, it was just insane. So they had me in the ICU. Um, and I just remember them telling me to breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe, Tracy, breathe. Your oxygen's too low. I think it got in the 80s. So I remember them saying her oxygen's in the 80s, and so they put oxygen on my face, and they were. It was hectic and it was scary. Cause I remember thinking, what the heck is going on? That's not something you want to hear. Your oxygen's low. Your blood pressure's too high. They thought I had internal bleeding or maybe a leak or something. So I was on, I don't know what kind of condition they had me listed in, but I was in there for 2 days. I was in ICU for 2 days. Um, they kept coming in, drawing my blood to check my hemoglobin because if I had lost too much blood, that would explain why my blood pressure was so high. So when you lose too much blood, I guess it goes through the roof. And the O2 was low, and they thought it was because I had a blood clot in my lung. I mean, I'm telling you, I went through the ringer with this surgery. It was very touch and go for the first 2 days. They took my blood a lot, and I'm thinking, if you think I have internal bleeding, then why don't you quit taking my blood? Because it was like always, and y'all know how hard it was for them to get my blood. So I mean, they were coming up here. I still got a little bruise up here. I mean, I've got bruises all over my hand. I don't know if you can see. I mean, every place they could try to get a vein, they did, and it was just completely insane. I was being poked. I had blood pressure going. I had the thing on my finger. I had the thing on my legs. And of course, I had the catheter because they would not let me get up. They would not let me walk. I had a nurse sitting next to me, which is one good thing about the hospital. Um, she was sitting next to me the whole time, and she was so nice. I think about after the first day, um, I was just really hot. I started running fever. So yeah, add that to the list of complications. Fever, O2 being low, blood pressure being too high. Yeah, all of those things um, were not good things for me, and everybody was really scared, and I had a lot of people praying for me. And I know that y'all were praying for me too, some of the people that watched. And I know that there are lurkers on here too, and I'm sure that some of y'all prayed for me too. And I just want to thank everyone because gosh, I don't know what would have happened if I hadn't had the prayers. I really felt peace. It's like I wasn't really scared about what was going on. I just had a peace that I knew everything was going to be okay. But, okay, honestly, I was scared. I was scared. But it was kind of like I knew everything was going to be okay. And it just had to have been because I was covered in prayers. That's the only thing I can think of because prayer changes everything. And God was just really watching over me, and I think I had about a million angels around me watching over me. So anyway, I thank all of y'all for that if you prayed for me. Um, so anyway, the ICU nurse, I was so hot. She got a wet rag and she wiped off my head, and it was cold. It felt so good. And then and then get this, she rubbed my feet with cold water and like ice, like a cold rag. Okay, and she rubbed my legs with a cold rag for about 30 minutes, all the way up to my knees to help me cool off. I mean, what nurse would do that? Who would sit there and take the time to do that? That's why this hospital is ranked fifth in the nation. That's why I chose the surgeon I did, because everyone is excellent. I did not meet one person that was rude. Even like the respiratory therapist that came in, they all, do you need something to drink? I mean, they were taking out trash, and I don't know if y'all know anything about the medical community, but some people just stick to their own jobs. And in this particular hospital, that is not the case. They did everything, and I don't know. I just can't say enough about my surgeon and the hospital that I went to. They were right on top of things. Where's your pain? Everybody asked me, where's your pain at? Do you need any more pain medication? Um, so yeah, I'm extremely happy with them. So if anyone wants to know more about my surgeon, his name is Dr. Alanese. Um, Send me a message and I can give you his information. He uses, I think it's called Vista Hospital or Surgery Specialty Hospital in Pasadena, Texas. Yeah, it's awesome. They are awesome. And I was even interviewed by, because I was in the ICU, I guess that meant I was a special patient. So I was interviewed by some guy from the Surgeon General's office, because they were going to be certified by Medicaid or Medicare or something, I don't know, to help pay for bariatric surgery. Um, and they want to make sure they choose the best, which is surprising because I'm not going to get into the government here, but yeah, I kind of find it surprising that they actually care, whether or not you have good care or not. But anyway, so finally after 2 days, everything came back fine. I was still running fever. My oxygen did come back up into like the 90s or 97, 98, which is really good instead of the 80s, where they thought I was dying. I don't know exactly what was going on with that. I had no blood clots. I did my upper GI. There was no leaking. My blood pressure had come down, so they put me into a regular room. And so I was really happy about that because even though I was in ICU, it was really boring staring at that nurse. She was so nice, but girl, I wanted my TV, and I miss So You Think You Can Dance. Okay, I was really upset about that. I know, it's so crazy because I had all these complications, and all I wanted to do was watch my show because I wanted to see that voted off. But I found a place on somewhere online that I could watch my past episodes, so I did that. But I got the TV, and my IV came out, and my hand swelled up. It looked like a giant boxing glove on my right hand. And it literally just now, I mean, probably in the last couple of days, it's just now finally gone back down to normal. But it was huge. I mean, I was looking at it and I was like, I couldn't move my hand maybe to like this. I mean, all of this was swollen. I didn't even have these little like lines, that I don't know if you remember when you were little and used to go, oh, you have an M, that means you're going to get married. Can you see the M on my hand? Yeah, well, that's what we used to say when we were little. And if your M didn't connect, then that meant you weren't going to get married. And it makes no sense, but I was in like first grade, so anyway, couldn't even see that. And yeah, it was crazy. So I called the nurse and I was like, I think my hand is getting big. So, oh my gosh, I think I've gone over. I'm gonna have to make a part 3. Gosh, I talk too much. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna pause here and I will have a part 3. So I will see y'all in just a minute. Bye.